What is going on, everybody? Happy Monday. Last week of April, we might finally get some spring out west here. It's been a long, cold, wet winter, but it's given us lots of time to watch sports. We had a solid weekend here, closed it out yesterday again, and so we're gonna just kick it off. And I'm gonna go first. We're gonna see if changing it up this week we'll keep it a little keep it alive.
I just got to stay away from hockey. My boy Trev was telling me I'm bleeding on hockey.
Yeah, NHL's been weird too. I mean, like the Devils could go down 3-1 today. Like nobody there. It's definitely been some weird upsets. So far, so hockey's been interesting. I haven't really done any hockey props in the playoffs because they're juicing the lines too much. Like I get it, and it's funny. Let's talk about this. This is a great example today. So a very good capper that I know on Twitter that does baseball. He's in Maryland. So he finally legal. They finally got all the books. And the guy's a good capper, right? They're 3 weeks into the baseball season and DraftKings is already capped him, right? He's already limited at DraftKings, right? So, right, they've already taken him down. And, so I told him, I'm like, hey, like you got to go to BetOpenly, peer-to-peer. You can go check it out. But I'm starting to see those come up for the guys that don't understand.
The books are actually my friend. People don't realize that.
Yeah.
They give people a taste. They advertise. They give them allowances and budgets. Here are your sign-up bonus. Then when that shit wears out, people are like, wait, why am I paying 20% on a fucking live line?
Yeah, it's kind of wild on why they're doing that there. So, all right. Well, I got some cool stuff for our paying. Yeah, I got some cool stuff for our members. So first, we're gonna go Alex Cobb over 4.5 Ks. We got this down at 136 versus paying 150. We just model them at 6 today. This is just again, we're with props, we're modeling a lot of stuff. And that's where we're going with this. He gets the cards. They're not the highest strikeout team rate, but they're high enough. We like them. And then the Angel end. So you're going to see a bunch of Angels props from us because that bullpen for Oakland is, to say it's bad. I mean, Oakland's on pace to win like 33 games this year. Like that's how bad they are. So Brandon Drury today of the Angels, there's some value in his home run prop. We got it at 330. And then we found a killer using the OddsJam EV tool. I was on the fence on this prop because he models right there, but then we found the tool found this for us. Nathan Eovaldi of the Rangers over 6.5 Ks. So we model him today. We model him right there. So like he's modeled, we think he's, he projects right around 6.5 strikeouts, but they are playing the Reds who strike out a boatload versus righties. And then the EV tool went and found this at 147 versus being at 110 at books. So that's the delta we're looking for, right? Like when we can find a 30 width, it gave us a big side. And then I'll use this in my contest today over at BetOpenly.
I love it. And then jumping into my plays, I can't get away from the over 222 here. The Memphis Lakers. It's weird. Like this Memphis team, are they better without Ja? Obviously, the guy put up a gang of points, but they're losing with him. So it's hard for me to say they're better without him. I think they just got to figure out a way to attack these Lakers with him. But over 222, do I think they're going to find a way to beat the Lakers today? Part of me does. I actually like the plus 180 money line. After last game, that first quarter was painful to watch. I know they inched their way back, but I'm just not that confident in Memphis, so I'm going to take the over 222. I see it at plus 105 right now. So that's all it takes to make me EV positive. And then jumping over to hockey, before I give out some baseball too, I cannot believe Toronto is a pick'em right here. I get it. I understand this Tampa Bay's pedigree, but all year the Toronto team's been better. It just shouldn't be plus 100. This should be, in my opinion, minus 110. Again, not a huge difference. But if you're going to give me plus 100, I'm going to take it. I do have Toronto at a 53% chance of winning this game. Plenty EV positive with plus 100.
So I got a question for you. Talking Memphis. So let's talk Mr. Brooks, right? Do you think he can turn it around and become like a Pat Bev type player where if he's on your team and the right environment, he can end up helping you, right? Because right, like Bev got like getting out of LA was huge for Pat Bev. The guy can lock people down on defense, right? And he's a guy you don't like unless he's on your team, right? But if he's on your team, he's a dog, right? Like those are guys you need. I don't know if Brooks has that in him, or if he's just Brooks, a total tool.
I think Brooks wants to be more like Draymond than Bev, to be honest. I just don't know if he has the defensive skills. He's not on Draymond's level. Draymond's a Hall of Famer. Like, there's no question. And I think that's who he's mirroring. I don't hate the Pat Bev comparison at all. I just think he wants to be more Draymond than Pat Bev, where Pat Bev's more like a disturber. I get that they're like in the same bucket, like, right? They're like shit disturbers. But Pat Bev's style is a little different.
Yeah, I just Draymond, like for me, the reason, right, I don't go there with Draymond is he's just, you said it, right? Like like you guys see my background. Gino and I are both Bay Area guys. You know, we're Dubs fans. Gino and I were Dubs fan when it was run TMC back in the day. So like we've been around a long time, and he's not Draymond. Like he doesn't have that skill set. So that's what I just don't put him in that. For me, he has, when I say equal skill, I think he has a Pat Bev skill level, right?
I agree.
Like that's where
Pat Bev
that's where it goes with me. I think they I'm interesting on the jaw too. I've been trying to, like, I was doing some research on it, and man, like when he hasn't played, their record is way better. Like they're just better without him for some reason. I'm interested to see what they can do with that today. So I was curious to hear your thoughts.
Yeah. And then jumping over to baseball, there's a couple things that stand out, and I people always want picks. That's all you all ever want is picks.
Right.
But I also want to like tell people how to avoid games. So looking at the entire slate, like I get that Boston has a better pitcher going, but why, Baltimore home dog is going to have a lot of value. Boston just, man. It's just hard for me not to bet Baltimore in this position.
So I'm on Baltimore today. It's actually going to be a pick for me.
Yeah.
I'll just come out and say it, right? I was trying to save it for our members, but you brought it up, so it's a great example. So Sale looked like him for himself in last game, but it's at home, and Boston's pen is a mess, right? Sale isn't going to throw 8 innings. Sale's going to throw 4 to 6, right? And then Boston's going to get is going to go to their pen, and besides Jansen, their pen is terrible. Like their pen is, their pen has been awful. They get Junior Valentine behind the plate today, which I like. He's a hitter's pitcher. And Dean Kramer is low key. If he can get him, 4 strikeouts and get him to the 5th inning. Yep. On the opposite side, their bullpen's been very good. I like that side of it. And Gino and I, this is where I like it, because Gino's looking at it from a value standpoint, like with an algorithm. And then I'm so deep on the baseball, I'm looking at it from, I'm playing it and what do I want to see? I like the Orioles side, especially at that value today. It's, you're going to give me, what is it? Plus 150, 155 on BetOpenly.
And you know which one I also like? I can't get away from. I know that their reputation is not as good, but I still think people haven't sold Dodgers yet, and they should be selling the Dodgers. I like Pitt. And Pitt right now,
they're on fire.
They're on fire. They're playing a Dodgers team that everyone expects to turn it around.
Right.
So you're just getting some good value. Why don't I see it? Why can't I find it?
Because it's tomorrow.
Oh, is that tomorrow?
Yeah, that game's not till tomorrow.
Oh, okay. But I'm seeing like as high as plus 130. That's not right. That's going to be beat down. Pitt will we're just, again, I know you guys want just me to pick winners, which I can't always do, but just remember I said this. Pitt will friggin' first pitch tomorrow, like plus 110. That's 20% of value. Now, okay, great. Do they win or not? That's all that matters. But when they win for me, I'm getting plus 130. When they win for someone tomorrow, they're getting plus 110. So just watch that. There's no reason Pitt should be what they are. That's insane. The Dodgers are too high on the Dodgers. And I didn't mean to give a game out for tomorrow. My bad. My model's all messed up. If I had to look for today, I just want to give people one more.
Tell me what you.
What'd you say?
I got one I like. So here's one more I like today. Because again, let's talk about the Penn and terrible, and then they're at home. Ooh. I like the Angels run line minus 1.5 to get the juice down versus the A's. Now I think the money will show the values probably on the A's because they're like a minus 200. Angels straight up are like minus 200. But again, this is where baseball, we can take both sides and get a little edge, right? You heard us talk about it earlier. The Orioles, the Athletics might only win 35 games this year. They might win less than 40. The wind's blowing out 10 miles an hour. There's some humidity today, and the Angels can just flat out hit. So their WOBA, their ISO, all of that. I kind of like that money line getting that juice way down.
And the last one I'll say that I'm just eyeing right here. If you can get the under 8.5 in Royals Diamondbacks at plus 185.
Love it.
Take that. Again, you can just be safer too. I think the game under is 10. Is it 10?
Yeah.
You can take the under 10 and be safer. But to me, the higher value
right now.
Yeah. So if you can get the under 8.5 at plus 185, plus 175 lowest, don't go below 180-ish.
Right.
That's more value. Obviously, the under 10 has a more likelihood of hitting than 8.5, but the added value is where the EV comes from. So I hope that's helpful, my homies. I'm just trying to look here, kind of a lighter slate. If I jump back like just to my personal place, I do like Memphis today. I like the line opened up at 4.5, right where it was last game. Public's going to be all over the Lakers. I like that plus 180 money line. I just like the over 222 better. And I really like the under 218 in Milwaukee Heat. Just if I had to look at it, like they got us. Milwaukee has to slow it down. They're letting Miami run them, and they're a defensive team. They got to mix it up.
Yeah, they gotta. I totally agree.
How it's going,
for sure.
So those are my two. I hope that's helpful, my homies.
All right. Well, we got Alex Cobb over 4.5 Ks. Don't pay above 140 for that. Brandon Drury, home run. Remember, we bet half units on home run and stolen base props, and then our OddsJam play of the day. There is a ton of value in this. Nathan Eovaldi, over 6.5 strikeouts. I think that's probably going to be the best value I find today. And I'll let Gino wrap it up.
Yeah. Jump into basketball. My favorite play of the day is Memphis Lakers over 222. I got it at plus 105. Jump into hockey. Toronto, money line at plus 100, even money. I think they should be minus 110, minus 115 in this game. And then scanning for value. I gave out a couple additional plays. Trev and I like Baltimore money line.
Yep.
And if you want to be daring, you could be safe and take the under 10 in Kansas City and Arizona. I'll personally be going under 8.5 at plus 185. I like that far better. So good luck.
I like that value a ton too.
Later, T-Rev. Have a great day, homie.
You too. Bye.
See ya.